So after Facebook went back up, Mark Zuckerberg actually dropped $8 billion on his net worth.
Saw that.
And it says that he is set to keep on a steady decline because of WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook being down for 6 hours.
Damn.
It sounds like Facebook, it's very strange. Like, I'm not a conspiracy guy, but it's weird. There's that whistleblower, and then the site the next day goes down. And like, oh, it was on us. Nobody did it. And you're like, what are you erasing in there? What data are you getting rid of?
I think the really interesting thing is that they've known for a long time that their product is not good for children. Like, and it just isn't. For example, when she was testifying, she was like, our algorithm can show you that when you start Googling healthy recipes as a young girl, it leads you very quickly into anorexia promoting behavior.
It's so dangerous.
So literally, and they knew this, and it goes on and on. So the Rohingya in Burma, they are a minority.
Yeah.
In Burma, they were the military junta, or the power structure, was hijacking Facebook pages to spread false stories. That caused mobs of people to go kill Rohingya. So the genocide is being blamed on how they are manipulating the Facebook algorithm to spread false information. The military is. Now Facebook goes, what are we supposed to do? It was a major problem. So it was really interesting that Facebook, think about this.
Yeah.
Just like with tobacco companies, you're a human being. You get a great job. You're working for, I don't know, Philip Morris.
Yep.
You got a great house. You got, your kids are going to school. You have a swimming pool. You got a great community. And you look around, and as the evidence starts mounting, you realize, fuck, my product kills people. But then you do this. You go, I'm just supplying a demand. You can do that for just so long until your kids start coming home going, hey, Dad, this shit is killing people. And you know it. And it's very interesting what's going on Facebook, because I wonder what's going to happen. Within the ranks, you go, I'm making millions of dollars, but the shit, Instagram, TikTok, all this stuff is not good for my own children. It's not good for me. It's not good for anybody.
We know with mental health, like, it's so unhealthy for everybody, adults to children. Like, it's so toxic. At what point do they take some responsibility? Go, this isn't good. It's dividing people. We're spreading misinformation.
A lot of misinformation.
Here's my question. How do you take responsibility? Because we know that foreign nationals, China, Russia, Israel, whoever it might be, are hijacking these platforms and creating dissension in America.
That's what they want. That's what they want. Like, Rogan had that Mike Baker on the CIA, and and they played an interview from a Russian. He was KGB, and this was their plan. Like, they want to pit us against each other.
Yes.
So the woke movement, the cancel, like, they want all this device.
So they just push all this, like,
Twitter,
false information
This is their plan. Yeah, a lot of it is Russian intelligence. Pushing the narrative.
Yeah.
He's like, people think it's like James Bond, like we're spies. He's like, that's like 10% of what we do. He's like, because he was a whistleblower. He's like, what they do now, their focus is all social media.
Of course.
Because they can go and divide so much further.
You can create mini wars. You can create chaos. You can just spread a story about how the Rohingya are enslaving kids.
My thing is, if you're Mark Zuckerberg and you're worth, $100 billion, at what point do you go, man, this is not good? You don't need any more money. You're all set, Bubba. You're good. At what point do you take some and go,
you shut it down?
Yeah, you go, man, something else is going to pop up. But I think for him as a American, he's go, man, we create this thing. This is not what I intended for it to do. It's gotten way out of hand. Now that I've seen the analytics, I see how, it's crushing young people and spreading misinformation. I'm going to shut it down.
Here's the problem. See how many people work for Facebook.
I was going to say that same thing too.
So you're responsible for so many people's employment.
Yeah.
And you're making a good point. I think.
No, I'm going to shit on that point though.
Yeah.
So let's say they have 1,000. They don't. Let's say they have 1,000 employees. Okay. They have 1,000 employees. 60,000.
60,000.
Not only do you have 60,000, but you also, there's a lot of good that it does too, right? So it brings people together, creates communities, it helps organize for good causes. That's the flip side of it. What I think you might see is
more regulation.
If you're under 18, you don't get to be on Facebook. I mean, you don't get to be on TikTok. You don't get to be on Instagram. Good luck.
That's unrealistic.
It's unrealistic.
Yeah.
You can see
you'd
how,
have to shut it down.
I have a 13-year-old. I am not opposed to saying to my 13-year-old, you're never allowed on social media. I don't think it's good for
But
her.
it's just not realistic.
I know.
So that
Because her
friends are on it, yeah.
How do you stop porn? How do you stop these kids who are 10 years old watching porn? and it gets into their brain. I mean,
They'll find a way.
of course. It is the problem.
I don't know what you do.
It's our problem. It is our generation's problem.
Quick question. I'm just trying to understand it a little bit more. So what is that like when it said that he lost all that money? Like how does
Company's
that
worth
work?
128 billion dollars. So by it getting shut down with advertising, all this stuff,
Got
he's
it.
losing $8 billion.
Okay.
Wow.
Stock, people probably were like, oh man, they're not as stable.
So they're just like pulling out.
yep, selling stocks,
Yeah.
advertising.
Okay.
It's pretty interesting. I don't know, man. I mean, just watch my fucking Instagram. That's all you got to do, guys. And that's where you're going to get your
gotta-
humor.
It's interesting that they. It's just interesting the hold they have on society. Like it's a monopoly for sure.
It's a monopoly. I tell
And
you,
it's
you
worldwide.
got 5 companies that control all the information.
Yeah.
The fuck are we doing? I don't know. I don't know.
It's dangerous.